Welcome to the daily market outlook. We are about to check the chart and see what the market is offering us today. To start off, we are looking at what the weekly time frame for the DXY. So on the DXY, what we can see is that after we've taken what this low on the weekly time frame, we are respecting these lows to the left, which has caused price to what move to the upside. I believe we can see what the DXY reach this highs. So when we jump to our lower time frames like the daily, what we can see at the moment is that we have what respected this zone to our left, or let me say the high which we want to take. Then from there we've seen what this move to the upside, we've seen the sell off, and we are respecting the zone which has caused what price to move to the upside. We have then seen a break of structure and respecting this zone. So price is most likely going to reach this low, or we are going to see what a move to the upside and it's going to reach this high. But at the moment for today's price action, what we can see is the price has what mitigated the zone, and we've seen what the sell off to the lows. I believe we can still see this move, or we can see price move in that direction. So I believe we can see the DXY come this low, probably taking out that low which I've drawn. So my direction for the DXY for today is bearish. I would like to see what some bearish price action. So it means I'll be bullish for the other pairs. So on gold, starting with the weekly, what we can see is what we can see that we have this target which we want to go on the weekly time frame. But first, we are looking for what the inducement. Currently, what we can see on gold is that we've had this mitigation of that zone that we want to take out. We've seen price move to the upside, respect the zone, and we've seen the sell off. Gold is very tricky. Like I said, we want to see shots on the DXY, but we can see that price has what respected the zone. We've moved to the downside. We've trapped these people and we are moving back to the upside. I believe that we are in a tricky spot and we should let price action tell us the direction, because the direction right now is in price action sun with the strategy I trade. I would like to see what gold move to the downside. I see it as what this is how I see price action. I see that with what induced buyers this way, we respected this low, and with what induced buyers once again. But it could be different. It could be this is the mitigation. This has caused what an inducement of sellers. So sellers are induced. Everybody over here wants to sell gold back to the low, and it can be what the continuation back to this highs. So at the moment, I think we need price action to help us tell the direction. Maybe whatever happens over here, we are going to react to it. If we get an inducement and an entry, I'll go along to the side. If we get a nice entry, an inducement with a nice entry, I'll watch short to the low. So I'm just waiting for price action to help me get a clear direction. For EURUSD, starting with the weekly time frame, what we can see is that what price has mitigated this zone to our left, and we've seen what this sell off taking out this low. From there, we are what respecting this low, which has caused price to move up to the upside. We have seen it cause this break of structure, and after the break of structure, we are respecting the zone, and we've seen this sell off. So just like the DXY, we either want to see what this high go, or our target on the lower time frame goes, on the higher time frame goes, which is this. So currently on EURUSD, we seen that after this break of structure, this price action was mitigated this zone which I've drawn. It caused price to move to the upside. We've taken out somewhat sellers, then we saw the sell off. So people would like to sell over here, but I believe we are going to see what a long move taken out this high for EURUSD. So I'm long on EURUSD. I'm just waiting for what, an inducement, a nice inducement. Then I get my entry. Then I go long, targeting this high where people will be what, selling from. So for GBPUSD, starting with the weekly time frame. For GBPUSD on the weekly time frame, what we can see is that what, we are expecting this liquidity to the left after we've taken out to the side. From that liquidity, we've seen price what sell to the downside. We've mitigated the zone, and we saw this what push up, trapping who, these sellers at this point, inducing buyers. From there, we've seen this sell off, taking out this low, respecting our direction of what, buyers being induced at this point, taking out this low, we move to the outside, trap sellers once again, and induce buyers probably, or maybe, or you understand, we are not fully convinced yet, but that's what we have in mind for GBPUSD. We want to see an inducement of buyers, then what, the sell off once again back to the slows. Currently, we've seen that after taking out this high, we've seen price what move to the downside. We are respecting this low to the left. If we move to the 4-hour time frame, we can see that what we have seen this respect price. Let's go to the 15 as I can't see. It's not that clear. We've seen price what respect this low, move to the upside. We've seen this sell off, then price came back low and is buying. I believe we can see what GBPUSD come back to the supply zone at the top. Then we can what, prepare what, our trade for shorts. So in line with the DXY, maybe a little bias as the DXY is bearish, then maybe the shorts are back to the lows. So AUDUSD, starting with the weekly. On the weekly, what we can see is that we have what, respecting this line, and we are heading for this lows at the moment. On the same weekly time frame, we can see that price has what, taken out this weekly high. If we move to the daily, we can see that we seen what, a buy to the upside, taking out this high in addition, and from there we've what, seen it respect this zone to our left. We've currently seen price what move to the downside and cause a record structure. I believe we can see price what move to this high, then from there we might see a sell off, probably back to this lows. So bullish for the day, maybe from tomorrow going, we like to see what price action come back to this low. So this is our daily target, this the week's target. So that'll be all for today's daily market outlook. Catch you tomorrow. And today there will be a live session also. Bye.